Hello, collective. Welcome to your reading. Alrighty, collective. This is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with the whole reading. You might not resonate with any of the reading. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around. All right. Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance of the Most High for the highest realms that does harm to no one for the collective. All right. Ancestors, grandmothers, and grandfathers of the highest realms, please bring in your knowledge and your wisdom and your guidance. Only knowledge and wisdom and guidance of the highest realms are welcome here in this reading. And you guys, me doing this work, this kind of tarot work, I am a very, very different reader. I come from Ojibwe shamanic lineage. I am a survivor of Canadian genocide. This culture, my heritage, was almost destroyed from my lineage. So with me reconnecting back to it and bringing it onto this channel, that's my way of connecting back to what's authentically me. And after 30 years of being on my journey and on my healing journey, well, actually, like even longer than that, but I'm not gonna give my exact age out. It's my way of giving back to all of you, and there's an interest for it, and like what the masters are saying, the shamans are needed. New shamans, in whatever way that you resonate with the shamanic world. The earth needs you. Humanity needs you. All right. I'm going to deviate away from the 4-card spread. Just wanting to change the energies up. But before I do, I want to say thank you to the channel members. So I would like to say thank you to Maggie Wilson, Lionel Duarte, Vicky Desirada, Stacy S, Monique C, Adelpha's Door, Jace Franklin, Starlight, Xenia, Julie, Jill Erica, Love Is, Kat Zetler, Kate Johns, and Chris Mason. Thank you to all the paid channel members that have made their commitment to the channel through their contribution and just their showing up. I thank you guys so very, very much. Medicine keepers, you are the medicine keepers. Your commitment to your growth is moving. It is inspiring. It inspires me. This is what keeps me coming back, is knowing that there is a need and a desire for the medicine that lives in me, and connecting to the medicine that lives in you. So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to Joe's Medicine Tarot. I am Joe, and I thank you. You're going to be entering, you are entering into a very sacred space. This is a shamanic read. If you are returning, thank you for your subscription. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. It is totally free. Unless you want to become a channel member, a medicine keeper, that is $2.99 a month forever. It's never going to go up. Not right now anyway. It might go up like in the future, but not yet. Not yet. All right. I'm no longer at this time doing channel live readings. I used to do them every Wednesday, and just because I have so much on my plate, I am open for booking of private readings, because I can do the readings at any time. It's not at a fixed time. I can be more flexible with my time, but with a fixed live reading, I can't. So I had previously closed the door to the private readings, but I don't feel that is right. And if you guys really truly would like to have a personal reading, please book one. All right, all right. So this is going to be a 3-card spread. Just past, present, and future. Ascension. Talk about, listen to the speaker all of a sudden. Interruption in the music. Didn't happen until I said ascension. Interesting. Ascension. See, many of you are. There's so many cycles that are ending. You know, let go or be dragged. There's many people on the planet that are being dragged right now. You know, it is what it is, and there's many of you that are rising up, taking up thy bed and walking of your own volition, of your own strength, and of the strength of the divine that is in you. Beautiful. Okay, so in your recent past, we have repairing the veil, forgiveness. This is number 45. 45 may be significant to you in some way, or when 45 broken down, it becomes a 9. I am going to correspond this to the 9th house of the zodiac chart. This is the house of spirituality and your relationship to God. Standing from this perspective, a person would ask, what do I believe and what is my relationship to God? This brings you into the current energies of 8. Whoa, Scorpio energy. 8 may be significant to you in some way, or I'm going to correspond this to the 8th house of the zodiac, which is the house of Scorpio. When the veil becomes thin. So yes, you have a very close connection to the spirit realm. The veil is thin for you at this time. From the 8th house, this is other people's values and resources. And what one would ask standing in this house from in this perspective is, can I trust this? This is the perspective. The 8th house is the house of the shaman, of the medicine healer, because the shaman works with other people's resources. The difference between shaman and, how do I say this? Very interesting. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. So crown games, right use of power. So absolutely beautiful. Whatever's happened with you coming out of the past, forgiveness, repairing the veil. I feel like you have done some alignment and you've been doing some alignment in your life that is bringing your soul, your mind, body, and soul into alignment, into present time. I'm hearing Kairos. You're going into Kairos. See, when we're in Chronos, Chronos is the birth chart. That's the hand you've been dealt. That's the first year from your birth until you begin to awaken. Okay, you could be like awakening when you're 12. You could be like awakening when you're 8. When you're a child, even you're somewhat awake. You're more awake than most of the adults are. But slowly that door slowly begins to close, and we have to, and it'll reawaken at a different time. Yeah, I'm feeling like your eyes are open and you have awoken something. Okay, so Chronos, Kairos, and Cosmic. So Chronos. So when you're in Chronos, you're working toward empowerment, you're working toward liberation and happiness, but we're working toward that from the past. We're not yet in a sense of present time yet, because many of us, when we're in Chronos, we're carrying heavy psychic weight and ancestral weight, ancestral karma. We're not aware that we're carrying it, but we are. And depending on how long you have to wait, WAIT, for your life to change, depends on how much psychic weight, WEIGHT, that you're carrying. And as you move through Chronos, and as you move through Chronos, you're either taking on more psychic weight, which we do, and then we begin to release it when we come closer to awakening. And when you release more of the psychic weight, it shifts your relationship to time and brings you into the present moment. You can't have a sovereignty if you're in the past. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. You have sovereignty when you're in the present moment. And that comes from releasing psychic weight, and that shifts your relationship to time and brings you into the now moment, into the moment of eternity. That's what now is. Okay, now is eternity. This moment is eternal. But when we're looking at time through a linear lens, it's not. Okay, so that's it. So crown games, right use of power. So whatever you have aligned and forgiven within yourself, within others, of the world, of your life, it has aligned you into some very powerful, powerful energies. Where your authority, you're not abusing your authority. You're not telling people like, okay, they're bringing this back. Okay. They want me to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. The difference between shamanism and, I'm going to say, like, my experience of Christianity, okay? When I came to the church never once, and this is only my experience, you guys might have a totally different experience, but as a First Nations person, my coming to the church, my resources were garbage. My resources were thrown out. And it wasn't by people in the church, by the pastors and all of that, but not by God. See, it's intertwined in some way, because in shamanism, you're working with other people's values, other people's resources. The church asked of me for me to relinquish my resources and connect with the church's resources. This is true also. This is true too. Because you're not, because even if it is some pastor that's kind of like a moron and is kind of like abusive, the spirit working through that pastor, maybe pick that pastor on purpose because there was dynamics in there that you need. Maybe they were done, every person that Creator sent to me had dynamics that I needed, that fit me, even when they pissed me off or scared me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very mysterious how energies choose us. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, is that you have been brought into shamanic energy. You're tapping into your own resources. At the same time, there's a higher order, like the authority of the church, although I'm not seeing this as a church. Maybe it's a spiritual practice, Buddhism, some Middle Eastern practice, maybe it's the Kabbalah, but some higher dimensional practice is bringing your resources, elevating them to a higher dimension, because you're using your own resources, but they've been elevated. So how does this convert back to the church? The things that I had to give up, the Creator brought them back to me, washed and cleansed and sanctified. But the Creator couldn't have brought them back to me, meaning the Creator brought back to me my own ancestry, my shamanism, my ancestry. Things that politically, culturally, racially were taken from me. Even religiously were taken from me. This was all part of the order, part of the way, part of the walk. This was all part of the practice. Yeah, it was painful, but it was still part of the practice. And when I relinquished them, and it was heartbreaking and heart-aching, the Creator brought them back to me, Shamanism back to me. But it didn't come back to me. I didn't have shamanism because I have this big axe that I need to grind now, and all this power that I need to inflict onto all of you and project onto all of you and everybody else so that I can show you what a powerful being I am. No, that's not what this is. The Creator was making you ready. Something that you have given up has been brought back to you. Look at the gold. Look at the gold, the illumination, the golden consciousness. Your conscious mind that lives from your heart. The heart, the brain of the heart, and the brain of the brain. The brain of the head. Connected. Aligned. That only happens through sanctification of some kind. Whether you relinquish this in some way Whatever you let go of has been brought back to you, cleansed. It's like the Creator brings back some of your garments. Not all of your garments that you give are going to be given back. Some of those garments that you give up are meant to be given up. But some of the other garments that you give up, that you sacrifice, that you let go of, you're meant to let go of them so that the Creator can wash them and clean them and give them back to you, washed and cleansed from a much higher order of strength that you now get to expand into. Because whatever, you can't pour new wine into old wineskins. Okay, this is about divinity. Wine is the language, is the word for divinity, but it's symbolic. The Creator always uses symbolic language because symbolism is timeless. Okay, so whatever's happened here has been preparing you, elevating your consciousness so that when the Creator poured back into you, you can carry it. And you are beautifully, the right use of power. Beautiful. And this brings you into the future, which is number 51, stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Look at you sitting on the bridge. It's like you're standing between both worlds, connected to the higher order, connected to the ancestors, to the stars. That's what the stars are. They're the ancestors. Soul. The stars are gases, balls of gases of nuclear fire. What do you think the soul is? The only thing that can offset nuclear energy that we have released onto this planet, the fire. We stole fire from the gods a second time. Prometheus was the first, and we are now the second. When we split the atom and released a power onto this planet, a fire onto this planet that we can't put out. And in the act of doing this, released our soul. It's really, truly the only thing that can what's the word? Neutralize or carry or face into nuclear energy. That's it. So in order to manage this, the will to release nuclear fire onto the planet, people have to be in touch with their own soul so that they can overcome their own lower dimensional will. And that's the job of the soul. The body can't combat the body. The body often can't direct the body. It can, but it's like watching the plate tectonics move. It's slow. You may as well watch your fingernails grow. But when it comes to the soul, boom, there you are. And that's what I see here. You sending up your tree from the roots of the underworld up into the upper dimensions. Here you are. And what's on the bottom of the deck is Sky Dancer, Surrender. So that's what I feel that you've been doing in this entire process, is surrendering as a whole process. Not all the time. You surrender and then you surrender, you're blessed and you're going out, and you're blessed and you're coming in. So the Creator calls you in, and then the Creator sends you back out again. Go and learn. Then the Creator pulls you back in, just like the sun pulls the planet in within its elliptical orbit and then pushes the planet back out again into darkness. It's the same with us. We're the exact same. Okay, so we have seasons of light and we have seasons of dark. They are written, they are appointed, they are meant to be. Repairing the veil, number 45. What is repairing the veil, Creator? What is repairing the veil? repairing the veil. It's a 4. Okay. The Empress. Yes, 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 yes. So you were no longer committing to something in the past. Hanuman is facing into the past. You were no longer committing to the past. You've had a sudden awareness. You've had oh, you were no longer committing to the past, where you were keeping yourself very small. Maybe the culture you were in, the family you were in, the atmosphere, the mini society. That's what families are. They're micro societies, micro images of the whole. So maybe your family or mini society was something that kept you very small. But you took responsibility for all of it. You took responsibility for your life. It's like I'm hearing there was some kind of like a breaking point, where you came to some sort of a breaking point. You were ready to forgive yourself and working on forgiving others and rebuilding your life from a place of forgiveness. Sorry about that. You're rebuilding your life from a place of forgiveness and a place of being emptied out. Like I said, the relinquishing of psychic weight. And now you're moving forward from a place where that old pain, that dense, leaded, heavy leaded psychic weight has been emptied out through your forgiveness, through your compassion, having compassion for others, having compassion even for those who hurt you, even for those who willfully and consciously withheld information from you, withheld their love even from you. You're able to recognize a person who is in pain is a person who will keep themselves very, very small. That's a natural reaction of pain, is to constrict. And then they want everyone else constricted. But you have released yourself. And look at this, Empress. So whatever you have done here, you are either shifted the vibration of your body. You may be pregnant now with an actual baby, or you may be pregnant with your vision. And look at this, she's facing the past. So there's some work that you're doing, honoring the past, honoring the medicine you've learned from the past, the wisdom you've learned from the past, your relationship to your former self. Oh, they're saying is rich with magic and resources that you know how to extract. You have the eyes. Your eyes have been opened. Your spiritual eyes are open. Yes, your spirit. They just said you're very spiritually fertile because you've emptied out. Because you've emptied out. You cannot fill a cup that is already full. You've got to empty out, and that's exactly what you've done. All right, what is the Crown Games creator? What is Crown Games? The right use of power, Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy. The right use of power. Yeah, you've got victory, baby. Victory over... I just want to see, make sure nothing fell underneath it. Nope, okay, good. You've got victory over your past, over a former version of yourself. You have victory. Oh, they're showing me the release of a power struggle. So you've forgiven. Maybe this is pertaining to some person, specifically some person that you've been able to forgive. Oh, because they're seeing you also. You're working with other people's resources. So I'm feeling whoever you're dealing with or working with, or whoever you have forgiven, somebody is in relation to you in this reading. Maybe it's more than one person, but either way, your forgiveness of them, maybe you've communicated this to them. There's been some sort of communication, but they're seeing you as homonoeticus, which is multidimensional. Am I taking that one? No. They're seeing you as homonoeticus, multidimensional. They're also seeing you as a great healer, someone who is evolved. Yes. Someone who is evolved. Oh, and they have a sense of some sort of domestic disharmony. I think they're not harmonious within their own 12 archetypes, like Christ and the 12 disciples. You know, that's why the number 13. There's 13 moons, not 12 moons. There's 13 moons in the year. Okay, and for your energy, you have victory over a part of yourself that kept you in conflict with yourself. You know yourself very, very well. Very, very well. Okay, Creator, 2 more cards, please. I miss doing readings during the day. This has been so nice. Yes, you know yourself very, very well. You have victory over an inner sense of lack of harmony, domestic disharmony, shattered dreams even. Your dreams were shattered. That's what I mean. You've released a lot of your dreams. You've released a lot of your dreams, maybe your own heritage in some way you've had to relinquish because the culture around you couldn't support it. You know, it's so true. It's one thing to have a belief. It's another thing entirely to have a belief within a collective. Ah, there's the other half of that equation that I always felt, you know, people saying that you create your own destiny or you create your own life. Yeah, you do, but so does everybody else around you. We are hardwired to respond to our collective. So for people to just say that we create our own reality all alone, no, we don't. I'm sorry. We create our reality relative to what we've been through based on our collective. So it's not just us that's creating it. It's our relationship to our lives. So there's even if it's a much more subtle energy that is influencing your change, you're still not alone. You know, it's kind of like movements of like rejecting, like, how do I say this? Rejecting something would be the same energy as if you had it. As if you committed to it, because whatever you're rejecting, you're still focused on what you're rejecting. And you're moving away and living your life in spite of it, keeping your kind of eye on that which you're rejecting, but your life is still built up around that which you're rejecting. Can you hear what I'm saying? When you truly let go, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I feel. You've let go. You have let go. You haven't rejected anything. You relinquished it. You surrendered it. This gave you a sense of victory over an inner battle within you that kept you very small, that had forced you to shatter your dreams, that always kept you in a state of feeling defeated. Because you know these parts of yourself, because you surrendered them, therefore you have to have a relationship with something that you surrender, which means you cannot run from it. In order to surrender, you can't give something that you don't have. So if you've never connected with an energy you can't within yourself, or a traumatic memory in it, or some sort of aspect of yourself that you've never had the permission to connect to, how do you surrender it? At some level of yourself, you have to connect to it. And I'm feeling that's what you did. At some level of yourself, you connected to it. You acknowledged it. Maybe you said, like, I will never be able to have this. I will never be able to stand in this. I will never be able to speak from the inside of this. And I'm feeling you did that a long time ago as like a conscious, like, surrender. Some sort of a moment of surrender that had profound implications upon your life. One little tiny moment, a tiny decision that you made in the privacy of your own mind had profound implications on the rest of your life. That's how this is. Our tiny choices are the major leagues in the eyes of spirit. Our decisions that we think are major league, like do we get married, do we buy a house, do we change career, those are insignificant in the eyes of spirit. But it's the tiny decisions you make as to whether or not you decide to give somebody empowering encouragement, and you decide not to feed their soul, and you make that decision, that tiny decision that you make in the smallness of your mind, or the tiny decision you make to encourage somebody's soul that you make in the tiny privacy of your mind, in the tiny space of your mind. A decision that takes an instant of how you're going to influence or impact a person around you. And that tiny decision has huge implications on the rest of your life. Because what we do to others, we do to ourselves, period. So the decisions you have made, the tiny decisions you have made in relinquishing things and acknowledging things, surrendering things, had huge implications upon your future. Now, that future, you're in it now. You're in it now. You're standing in the place of the garment that the Creator has given back to you, washed and cleansed. And this wasn't even a religious experience. Maybe it was. But I'm not seeing it as that. They're not showing it to me as that. They're showing it to me as ordinary, but at the same time, extraordinary. Extraordinarily ordinary. I think that's the paradox that we all are. We are extraordinarily ordinary. That's why the spiritual path is ordinary. We're not supposed to be like, oh my gosh, I had a vision. That's ordinary. You can walk around saying to everybody that your heart is beating, that you can breathe air. That's ordinary. But because we've been so cut off from these aspects of ourselves, but in some way we had to be, because most of us are introduced to ourselves through our pain. Okay, and our pain being relative to the people around us, the people that have caused us this pain. Okay, so this is what I mean. Like this is, had we had these superpowers in a lower dimension and had access to them, and tried to develop them from a lower place, imagine what that would look like. You surely would not be right use of power. You'd be trying to win in order to get back at somebody. You'd be trying to succeed in order to get even with somebody, to show someone else up. That's how it is. But because you don't care, because you've relinquished that and let those go, this is why. And I'm telling you, people in your life in the past who have been in power struggle with you can see you now. But you don't give a shit. You don't care. Great, great. It's like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, when he's like, people tell him like, you've changed my life. And he's like, great. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? He says, that's not my responsibility. Like, you changed your life when you took this information into yourself and did something with it. I'm just a messenger. You know, I'm just showing up for myself. I was just changing my life. If I accidentally helped you, great. You know, and that's what I'm seeing about you. If I've accidentally helped you because of the work I was doing with myself that wasn't relative to anybody else, great. And that's why you are in such, that's why I feel you have so much favor with the divine. Absolutely, because you're not doing this to show them, to make yourself out to be them. Or bigger than them, or relative to they or to them or to him or to her. You're doing this for you and for your connection to something within you that is very precious and very, very sacred. Beautiful. What's on the bottom of the deck for the middle deck? Yes, the Five of Wands in reverse. Absolutely. You've given up the game. You've given up the game, the competition, the rivalry. You've given it up. What is stars in the sky, Creator? What is stars in the sky? Limitless possibility. What are stars in the sky? Limitless possibility. Nope. Stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. I'm getting the feeling that people that are watching you are very intimidated of you. Like, oh, look at the card, they just exploded. Very intimidated. Like, I feel like they know and see that your change is real. Your change is true. You know, it's true. When people try to show the other person up, that's an energy that cannot be sustained. You'll either come to like a breaking point when you have to give up your own game and actually do the work and mean it, or it will backfire. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Oh. Do I want to say it? Okay, they're asking me to say it. Some people, when it backfires, it's like they have to find new ways of trying to deceive the other, and their darkness expands because they haven't yet learned to trust their own inner light. But for you, I feel like that's how you've learned, is by, even as a child, even playing stupid little mind games with people and competitive bullshit with people. And how I'm feeling some of these things backfired in your life. And that's how you learned. That's beautiful. Strength, the sovereign one, Leo. Leo energy. Leo is the sovereign one. One more card, please, Creator. The Hierophant. Holy smoke. I feel like you're going to be dealing with somebody from your past who was very manipulative. See, you have overcome a lot. You are standing in the energy of the Sovereign One, and there's somebody from your past coming towards you, possibly. Whether they come towards you or not, the Creator wants you to know that you have victory over a manipulative, deceptive, cruel, and someone with very weak power. A weak will toward their own authenticity, toward their own sovereignty. Their weak is will. Their will is weak. And you have victory over, but whether this person comes towards you or not, I feel like they won't, because they're intimidated of you, because they're intimidated of your growth. They know you will be able to detect their bullshit. They know you'll be able to see their bullshit. I think this person was one of the people in your past, like I said, coming from a world that kept you very small, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, coming from a group mind or group of people, whether this is friendship, family, workplace, whatever, spouse, marriage, religious, I don't know. But whatever this group was, they kept you very small. Now you are standing in the Sovereign One. The Sovereign One. Look at the golds. Crown games, your crown chakra, your authenticity. They can see this. And I feel like you have victory over this relationship. There's a sense of justice, whether you speak to this person or not. I'm feeling you're going to feel the energetic justice coming in. Whether you've just had communication with this person or some sort of... They're either watching you online, maybe you've got a platform, maybe you're a public speaker, I don't know, maybe you're some sort of a healer. I'm feeling like this person or whoever they are, maybe this is multiple people, I'm feeling like this person or these people have either seen you, viewing your material, seeing your growth, watching your progression, have seen how much you've changed. And there is a shift in the magnetics, and I'm feeling like you will feel this shift at your end of the silver lining that connects you and these people. You will feel the shift in magnetics at the end of your gossamer connection. You will feel the shift in the magnetics. Whether you speak to this person or not, you will know. You will know. Hierophant. Because you are standing in your own authenticity, in your divine authenticity, which is now who you are. Beautiful. It's on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Wands. Yes, the feminine aspect of the Magician. What did I just say? You are fertile. You have made yourself incredibly fertile. You are either having a baby or impregnated with vision. Queen of Wands, absolutely. Bringing this now. You carry the feminine aspect of the Magician now. As the Queen of Wands, impregnated. Your womb that brings the spirit through you and onto this plane, through your hands, through your womb, but is first birthed in your womb and then you bring it out onto this plane, is open. The tomb is the womb also too. So both of those places within you are true. They are open. They are functioning. I feel like you are truly coming into your shamanic office. It's an office. Okay, it's an office. It's a title, like they say, like it says in the book uh, the book of Enoch, in the 3 books of Enoch. They talk about the names of Michael the Archangel, and they just use this as an example, and they say the name Michael is not the name of one angel. It's the name of an office, a title of millions and millions and millions, infinite archangels under the authority of the name Michael. It's an office. It's a vibration, like a color. Color is consciousness. That's what consciousness is. It's color. It's light bent in a specific wavelength that makes the color blue, that makes the color green, that makes the color red, that the blending of wavelengths that makes the blending of colors, the color green, the color purple when you combine blue and red. All of these, the order of the arc. The order of the arc is the order of the color spectrum, which is infinite. We only see within 7 wavelengths of the spectrum of light. That is called the rainbow. That is what we have the capacity to see. But there's infinite nanometers of light outside of this spectrum that we don't see, but cats can see them. But I'm feeling that you are connected to you're connected to the order of the arc. You are connected to the order of the arc. Oh my gosh, because I'm like, why is that name coming into this reading? I don't ever speak about the order of the arc. They're asking me to. You are connected to the order of the arc. Holy smoke. You know the subtleties of human consciousness, the subtleties of vibration. You're like the spider upon the web. Spider woman that connects all things. Holy, oh, what an honor to read for you. What an honor. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much. This is why you are Sky Dancer. You have access to the upper realms because you know your lower realms. You know exactly who you are. You know what you've come through. Oh my gosh, job well done. Job well done. And when I talk about being healers and shamans, I don't necessarily mean on a grandiose scale. We're all quiet shamans, all of us, even me. Even me. All right, you guys, you take care. Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful energy. I am honored. I love this energy. Have a beautiful day. You're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. Beautiful shaman. Alrighty, you take care, and we'll see you in the next reading.